finally coming in, but will he be enough to drop down the Sky Kings? Onic down to the bottom. In fact, we're gonna see the bird fly a little bit longer.
Oh,
We're
no
going to the
chop.
game.
No chop.
No chop.
No chop, and we're in the game. Speaking of which, Evos has 7K gold lead? Nah, there's something wrong. The game just started. The game just started.
That was the previous game.
This is how strong the law is, you know? His presence alone is more than enough to break the entire statistics of the game and the economy
So
and numbers.
funny.
No, imagine the buff that you have. The moment you go into a game, you immediately get a 7K gold lead. That's the buff I want.
This is the true meaning of buff.
That's the true meaning of buff.
Is this the time where we focus on Delar just, you know? They're just leaving the lane.
I think this is gonna be a really good idea for me to really realize and understand between Boots and Delar, between Joy as well as this Uranus, how is the free lane priority gonna be like? Will Joy even want to stick himself out and stick his neck out and try to go for trades on health while trying to bring down the waves?
Honestly, it is worth it, but the thing is, Delar just keeps on healing up, especially he's using the crab there to make sure that he keeps the 20 stacks.
Yep. And of course, in the meantime, in the middle lane, we do have Keyboy as well as Kyrie jumping onto Dreams. It didn't really quite suffice too much to our kill.
Oh,
however,
Delar gets Kyrie.
this is going to be something. Delar is just going to be jumping himself right in the face of Kyrie. The Appraisal's Wrath did manage to connect, but Delar is still going to be A-OK, and we know for a fact that he will regenerate back. But we do have Sans coming in from behind with a feathered airstrike. More than enough. Kyrie still takes the turtle right now. Sans just going to be jumping right in with the decimate that kills Boots.
Honestly, that was, I would say, as good as they could do it for Evos. But again, a very good engage coming in from Keyboy and Taz. Low HP.
It's very greedy from the side of Taz, especially since there wasn't much people that could open up the map for Taz and helping them realize that, hey, the orange buff is going to be taken down, or rather the orange buff, someone is going to go over to the orange buff. In the meantime, it does seem like Kyrie did manage to bring the orange buff down. Keyboy and Kyrie is running for their dear life, and Delar takes his very first kill in MSC 2023.
One of the longest skirmishes that we've seen, just because of the fact that it was the Uranus, and Kyrie really overstayed there. Was able to successfully get the turtle and the orange buff. That was great. Great place, but Delar was there to punish.
What?
I mean, something happened, he may die.
Yep.
I mean, do 1, 2, and a profit. But either ways, right now on the top side, Taz is here. I kind of feel like you can't really take quite a lot of advantage here in the EXP just yet, because even though Boots isn't winning, Boots isn't really losing as well.
I think this is the point in time where the ESP is just so equal and 50-50. Even if Delar is winning against Boots, it just takes so little for Boots to come back in this game. You just need one person, hit himself up to the top lane, push Delar away, and they're back to equal.
I kind of get what you are coming from, but looks like there's a clash.
Keyboy, bouncing ball. In the meantime, suppressed in, and Keyboy is not in a good spot at all. The entirety of Evos collapses themselves and brings the front line down.
I would have said that it was Taz who's suffering. Even when like Delar as well as Fred's having a great time, Taz will be the one suffering. Now he gets 2 kills. He still is a level behind Kyrie, which means that Fredrin will be snowballing out of control when it comes to taking down those neutral objectives. But overall, something has to be done for Taz, not only when it comes to the kills. They need to really make sure that they get probably the 3rd turtle and the 1st Lord. That's how they should be winning this game.
Though he may technically be a level behind, or rather a few EXP behind, I'm pretty sure that his itemization is not on the level. But in the meantime, he has Keyboy jumping in. He did manage to connect on the Dream as by Kyrie for now takes the turtle for his own. Delar gets himself away, and the entirety of Evos actually went in for business and went out.
Yeah, looking at the situation just now, Dreams 0 and 3, but he does not have his ultimate up, because at this point I kind of feel like Evos, they kind of want to move proactively, but even if Kaja does catch someone, looking at the damage, I kind of feel like if it's just 2 person there, including the Kaja, they won't have enough damage. But 4 people here, they might be able to do something. Dreams just got his ult, but the thing is, still doesn't have the flicker.
You can see that already. You can see the strength of the Fredrin. Like he's able to really tank up, and whenever he gets the 1st turtle, it's just really a massive boost to the farm and tank ability of a Fredrin. Oh,
just a sliver, runs himself away and pops off with the feather aspect for a little while longer. Kyrie, with the Appraisal's Wrath, he will be able to bring Taz down.
I don't know whether Taz had the orange buff or not at that point, but I was so low. Sans should have died, but still was able to run away. And just an interesting point that I got to give over to Wolf now. The Lar, he's not building the Enchanted Talisman first.
Oh,
yeah, he's building the Oracle, meaning he's going straight for defense.
Yep. Because he knows that he needs to tag up against the Joy. Somebody has to take care of business. So you have a little bit of damage mitigation for magic from the Oracle.
Yes.
Of course, that's Farsa as well as the Joy, who's going to be a problem later on. Then you go to Talisman afterwards.
Best of both worlds, huh? You're able to sustain for extended team fight, and of course, you're going to be A-OK with Sans and Blue. I like that.
100%.
Right now, looking at the bottom lane, Keyboy is charging up. Dreams catches him.
Dreams immediately brings CW down while Keyboy was looking to try to bring down the bottom lane. Keyboy, great Tyrant's Rage, slams 3 person right over to the wall, and the rest of Onic follows by. Sans almost managed to help to bring Dreams down, but Taz is here with the first decimator connect down onto the front end. Keyboy jumps himself right within the range of the turret, and he's gonna be A-OK.
A lot happened, but I gotta say, man, perfect timing by Keyboy. He knows, like, okay, you guys are gonna recover it in 3, 2, 1, clap back.
That was, there's just a lot of micro things that happened in there. First, the jump coming out from the Kaja, that was Dreams. That was immediately piled up by Bennett's Rage. And he was able to pull back his target, which was Chewe, to multiple bombs from the grenade, from the Bennett. That's why he's able to kill him off. Then afterwards, when the Cult Arthur was activated, you know that you get suppressed, right? You get stunned when the shields are up. So Kyrie just popped the ultimate, and immediately, you know, effectively stunning up 3 heroes that set up for the
Keyboy.
Speaking of catch, Keyboy, he tried to go for it, but no one else was really around that to follow up.
Oh, and Kyrie was able to retrieve that gold crab away. So, small win, but you know what? Any kind of win, you're just going to be appreciative of it. Right now, let's look at the items. Anything we should be thinking about here?
Okay, so yeah, you mentioned the Oracle. There is an upcoming Dominance Ice for Dilar, which kind of deals with the 1-1, which is much needed. And on the opposite end, some just casual items from the Kufra so that he's being able to last up against the Moradin.
Right now, Dilar is deep into enemy territory. Looks like he's just getting vision a little bit. So far, looking at the mana pool, he should be able to handle Boots quite well. Speaking of which, Boots and Dilar, not winning, not losing. Both EXP laners, they're just kind of like doing their job, biding their own time.
It's a very equal fight, right? We're looking at both teams pretty much hanging on the knife's edge. Anything that will happen, it will eventually erupt.
Now, looks like Evos tried to catch Keyboy off guard with a little bit of damage. So far, Keyboy, he is going to be the linchpin. Kyrie goes in, finds Hijime.
The Taunt didn't really quite connect on the Hijime though. Forced him to went off with the Cult Altar.
Oh, what a good go-ahead play coming out from Kyrie, utilizing the Retribution, knowing that the next objective will be about 20 seconds away, so it will be cooling down for sure. What he did was to force out the Cult Altar just because of one micro play.
Didn't really quite connect the Tyrant's Revenge though. Hijime was looking for a small little happening, but it doesn't seem like he would want to go in anytime soon. But Sans finds something, and that is a feathered airstrike that actually managed to clip down the Hijime and Brands more than enough to force them away. This is a small little priority that they can have.
I gotta say, man, Evos, they gotta slow things down because Hijime needs a bit of time to come back to the Lord fight. But right now, Keyboy, the Lar is there. Keyboy doesn't want to go for the Lar just yet.
Oh, that's crucial. They lost control of the Lord, but now Hijime, his ultimate is cooling down.
And now, looking at the Lord, about half HP. Kyrie, as well as Taz, is both there. The Lar is soaking a lot of damage. Dreams tries to find any angle that he can get. And now Keyboy is just there. Brand from back. The Lord's so low. Brand secures it.
It doesn't seem like Brand will go down anytime soon because with him getting it as the Lord is gonna be big. And for now, Onic continues to tower through and power through. Hijime and Taz did go down, but the Lord is still gonna be working for themselves. Boots are gonna be counting in. The proxy helps them bring Taz down as well as the first tier turret.
Oh, what a jump coming out from the entirety of Onic. But even better was the ultimate coming out from Keyboy. Once again, this time, he didn't have any sort of help or setup. It's just literally the melee-based comps that you saw coming out from Evos getting punished by the Kufra. Still, Brands secures the Lord, and that's massive for Evos. But then again, Kyrie ever so efficient, steals an orange buff up top.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, that was crazy. I would say the play came from both gold laners, man. Brand secures the Lord. CW secures 2 kills for himself. And the thing is, they gotta find a way to make sure that Brands is all right. San so far has not died. And again, this Farsa deals a lot of damage, even though short, very soft. They gotta make sure that Brands is taken care of. As long as Brands is fine, he should be okay. He died twice. Dreams hasn't died at all.
Definitely agree. I think the start of the fight, you saw how much damage he's already able to deal. And that's also a way to break the formation that you are seeing from Evos. But the fact of the matter remains, taking the Lord means that you will eventually get a lot of pushing potential. And that is going to be the economy equalizing for both teams.
Right now, Taz was able to secure a orange buff for himself as well. Level 13 on both junglers. Brands level 11, CW level 12. Hijime right now, I kind of think in terms of items, he should be doing quite well. But the thing is, Keyboy as well as Kyrie is putting up so much space between them as well as CW and Sans, making it quite, I would say, quite safe for CW to move forward.
I just want to say though, Keyboy is very tanky now. Radiant armor as well as the dominance is just really picked up. We can see that he is, he knows that correct items. Where you're looking at his counterpart, it's the Kaja. He's about, what, 600 gold richer? But interestingly, not able to complete an item.
Right
because
now,
of those casual items.
Yeah, here's the thing. I kind of feel like Dreams right now, not dying kind of feels quite well if he wants to go for that fleeting time. Looking at Brands, he's probably going for a Hunter Strike soon. He has a lot of penetration. So in terms of damage, it's kind of looking quite good. But again, you can have all the damage in the world, but if you die, it kind of doesn't matter.
It's gonna be a very important second Lord. And I guess that whoever takes this next Lord and then wins the fight will inflate their lead to about 5,000.
Now, one thing that we're going to have to reconsider and remember is the fact that Evos did manage to pull off getting themselves the first Lord, and that was no fluke. Evos have timed their retribution between Taz and Brands. Brands wanted to go for the snipe onto the Lord at the same time of Taz going for the retribution. And we can more or less prepare for something like that to happen again. As such, Onic maybe should keep an eye out for where exactly this Beatrix is.
Right now, I'm actually looking at the map. Sans is coming back into the fight. The Lar is coming in. Keyboy is looking for an angle. The Lord is very low. Taz is alone. Everyone else is far away. The Lar is gonna flank from behind. 11,000 HP left on the Lord. Looks like no one wants to commit just yet. They really want to make sure someone dies first. 8,000 HP on the Lord. And now,
this is gonna be a penetrate plus an Evos passion onto the Lord, and Taz will eventually be able to get the Lord down. But unfortunately, throughout all of that, the Lar is still gonna be taken down to the hands of Onic. Ohijumi goes down too. Onic found value after taking the Lord.
Yeah, massive snag coming out from Onic for sure, especially with the ultimate coming out from Keyboy, stopping the Iron Distracts, already committing the Purify. But then again, that's the idea coming out from Onic. Wow, okay, Kyrie using the taunt to his...
you talked about the Purify. Hijime didn't use his.
Yeah.
I saw quite a bunch of crowd control onto him. I kind of feel like Hijime should not have died just now.
Well, he knows that he will have the passive anyways. He's going to trigger it. It's not worth to commit your Purify. Through the instant replay, you're going to see the go-ahead usage of the Bennett's Rage. But Dilar was isolated. You can see Keyboy with the knockback, utilizing his ultimate. And they were just fine not giving away the Lord to the side of Onic. So it's pretty much an even trade-off between two teams.
But honestly, looking back into the highlights, everyone else was going away except for Hijime. So maybe there is some kind of
communication
communication issue there.
Yeah.
They got to fix that up because Hijime, he has to know he is the mid laner.
Yep.
He can deal the damage, but again, you got to make sure that you're in the right position to actually hit your Ghost Blisters onto multiple targets.
I guess the call for Evos was hit and run. Let's just get the retribution. Let's get out afterwards, knowing full well that there's a massive engaged comp that you can see and expect from Onic. Evos, they're far too afraid to commit 5v5 versus Onic unless it's just for the sake of getting the retribution onto the Lord.
Right now, looking at the positions of everyone, Delar is solo up on top, while the other 4 members of Evos somewhere here down bot. Dreams now has the Tina Shield, should be able to handle the damage coming in from Sans. Sans so far again has not died just yet, doing absolutely quite a lot of damage onto Evos. I gotta say guys, during this entire fray, during minute number 1 up until minute 15, the start of the game, 7,000 gold lead.
Yep.
But after that, I would say not even a 1,000 difference between both teams.
Yep, I definitely agree. And big props to Onic, alleviating 7,000 gold in just the first few minutes of the game.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it all boils down to the first buff, huh? Eventually, once
Yep.
you get the first buff, the lead is just so much. But in all seriousness, one thing that I'm looking at from the side of Onic is the fact that they are pretty much more or less going for like a wombo combo, unga bunga kind of gameplay, right? While Evos, the main thing and the main way that they have been playing is really just Sand Dream as with a flicker, followed by pulling and picking off someone. From that point on, hopefully that they will be able to get that numbers advantage in order to win in the team fight. And not to forget, with the insurance from Hijumi, I thought that would have worked well.
And I kind of feel like both teams are trying to see who's going to make the mistake.
Ooh.
CW is getting sniped quite a few times already by Brands. Brands so far has been pretty good on those snipes. Lord Spawn, Evos so far has been able to secure 2 for themselves. Can they make it a 3? Or this time, Onic is going to make sure that they get it. Looking at Delar, he is inside the base of Onic.
And Keyboy jumps himself right onto the front lines. Taz seems to be in a deep trouble as Boots puts himself right onto Hijumi. Brands all the way behind, trying to go for the snipe, but unfortunately that's not going to work out for them this time.
Bottom lane.
For the first time, Onic gets himself the Lord, but the Law is all the way down in the bottom lane, pushing the wave all the way through. In the meantime, we're looking at a 2-way role split. We're looking at 2 fights. Well, the main thing is CW soars into the sky, takes 2 down, and Brands pop off with a win on nature. CW pops his own one and tries to follow through.
CW wanted to say, I'm the king of the skies, man. Kyrie's on my team, sure, but look at me.
Oh man, massive split from Delar, but it will not be enough. Does complete the push onto the bottom lane, but now with Onic getting the Lord and winning the battle afterwards, there's not much wafer that they have, and now they can pummel and trade off easily.
Right now, looking at how the waves are moving, Onic now has a 2,000 goal lead. The Lord is still marching in the mid. Hijime is trying to protect his own base, his own turret. Now, Evos, I kind of feel like they can protect this, but they took quite a heavy hit.
100%. I mean, Onic will lose their bottom lane, but the fact that there still is a Lord and a lot of big minions march in, Onic still has map control.
And Sand flickers forward. In the end of the day, Sand is still managed to get a kill with a magic warship onto Brand. And that is more than enough for them to bring the win con down.
Dude, that must hurt, man. We haven't seen Farsa in quite a while, but the thing about a Farsa is, all you got to do is one job.
Yep.
Drop the marksman.
Raw damage. That's what we want from the side of Onic. And speaking of raw damage, look at the amount of damage that they can deal onto Delar. Despite the fact that he is pretty tanky, they still can bring him down to such a low percentile of health. Onic forces their objective and push their way through. Brands is nowhere to be seen, and this is one of the best opportunities for Onic to make a play without the main damage dealer from the side of Evos. As such, Kyrie makes himself the front, and he's just wanting to get himself right in the middle, but unfortunately the immortality will be popped. Brands joins in the frame, and Onic finds this time to run away, but Dreams, he knew that this moment would come with a flicker. He brings one.
Onic looked like they overstayed their welcome there.
Definitely. They've already pushed out 3 lanes of turrets. You should be happy with that, especially knowing that Brands' timing is going to be cooling down. You know, he's going to be respawning. The fact that Kyrie stayed in front of that base building also forces all his immortality, which, by the way, is a mortal sin in the latter portions of the game. It's, you know, it's a very valuable cooldown to not have. And then Brands was able to respawn, and there's the assist coming up from Dreams. Still, Onic, massive lead, map control is theirs. Not impossible for Evos, though.
At this point, everyone is almost full build. I see Hijime not full build just yet. I kind of feel like after this, he will go for the Blood Wings. Lord coming up in just a bit. And this time, Evos, even though they are at a goal deficit, they're in prime position to secure the Lord. And again, at this point, it kind of doesn't matter about the gold.
This Lord is looking to be very scary, as Onic can literally take this Lord's fight, this Lord's dance by the throat of Evos.
Right now, looking at the Lord, Kyrie is pulling it towards the side of Onic. Dreams Will you have a good position? Keyboy is looking for a target. He finds Dreams.
And immediately slams him into the wall. Hijumi came in to give him the insurance policy. Dreamers is still alive. However, the law is not. It's going to be popping off the immortality, and immediately with the Winter Truncheon, he could stay alive, but expended off his immortality just so that he will be able to go for the trade onto Dreams. This means there's only 3 members left on the side of Evos.
There's only 1 play left. That's the bottom. Taz sees it. Is anybody from Onic gonna play? They canceled the TP. Oh no, they have boots anyways.
They have boots.
So now, Onic, prime position to end the game at around 21, 22 minutes. For now, Evos, their damage dealers, haven't been able to do quite a lot. Haven't been able to do too much.
That was really a tough fight, isn't it, for Evos? Because in a macro sense, there's so many things going on. They're gonna have to take note of the top lane, middle lane, and the bottom lane, which will eventually push in, especially for the top and the middle, right? Because if the longer that they keep this fight going, the longer that they hold on to this Lord, unfortunately, Evos will be on the chokehold. They can't dance around the Lord for that much. They need to deploy someone to defend the base.
Well, right now the Lord is marching in. Sans trying to find a good position to make sure that he can get onto Brands. Brands is still alive. He will be trying to clear minions. The Lord comes in. Better strike used.
And does seem as though Taz was hoping that he'll be able to get a kill down the Sans, but the rest of the members from the side of Onic will probably want to focus down the core. But the Lord, he's frozen. He don't care about much at all. But the main front line of Onic, it kind of seems as though we've got Kyrie taken down. But there's quite a lot of trade. Dreams, Taz, the Law, all of them taken down. Keyboy, backline, but they don't care.
Looks like now, match